Hi guys, Flattmeister here. Here's another one. Just when you think it can't get any more worse. Can't get any more worse. I'm gonna blend a couple of I was gonna put this into two videos, but I think I'm gonna put it into one. This article here on One Angry Gamer. Blizzard's diversity initiative aims to hire more women and minorities. Blizzard Entertainment is apparently adopting Google's corporate policies when it comes to embracing multiculturalism and diversity. What about diversity of opinions and viewpoints and beliefs? Diversity of skills and experience. Surely that's what you should be hired on. Well, let's continue in this article. The company apparently has a new diversity initiative that will span the globe, seeing the company hire in more women and minorities to help balance out the representation within the company's employment pool. GamesIndustry.biz is reporting that an internal company memo was obtained. They seem to do that a lot, don't they? Getting hold of internal company memos, and then if it has some wrong think in it, leak it to the public, and then start a witch hunt on whoever dared write the memo for wrong think. Jesus Christ. So GamesIndustry.biz is reporting that an internal company memo was obtained, which was outlined by Blizzard president Mike Morhaime. Or is he a white man? who stated that women leave the gaming industry at a much higher rate than men. Ooh, could that come into what James Damore in the Google memo with the whole gender gap things he debated about higher stress jobs? They wanted to increase their diversity initiatives to help balance this out. Since minorities and women only make up for 14% of the workforce, Morhaime and the rest of Blizzard will work with hiring managers and department heads in order to get more women into the fold. Are they going to drag them by their fucking collars? Get in the fucking office! Work! Whoosh, you know. We need more women and minorities. Whoosh. So, Morhaime was saying, our diversity initiative will require a commitment from every one of us, but especially from our leaders, managers, and hiring teams. We appreciate your dedication to help Blizzard achieve this goal. Blizzard claims that they want to avoid diversity quotas, but the initiative is specifically seeking out women and minorities to be hired at the company. So that's a diversity quota. Whereas when you make a big deal out of hiring people based on their vaginas or on their genitals and skin colour or race, then yes, that is you've made your company into a checklist of, I've got to make sure I've hired enough black, brown, Hispanic, Indian, no whites though, women, but make sure that they're not white women. That's your fucking diversity quota. Whatever happened to... See, this is the thing between liberals and progressives. Liberals believe in equality of opportunity. Progressives, or regressives, they believe in equality of outcome. Not compatible with the real world. Whatever happened to hiring based off of merit and skill and experience, what you bring to that company, what you bring to the team? What have you got to offer that is compatible with the rest of the team, with a group effort and creating a game, kick-ass game? This identity politics bullshit is just, well, fucking look at what happened to BioWare Montreal after Mass Effect Andromeda. Because they cared too much about identity politics rather than hiring, none of the original people from the original Mass Effect trilogy worked on Mass Effect Andromeda. I think BioWare Montreal, they worked on the multiplayer aspect of Mass Effect 3, I think. And and that's why you got a very unfinished, unpolished, poorly written, poorly voice directed and line delivery from the voice actors. It was just a complete hot mess. My face is tired, and how many times do I have to do this? Who writes dialogue like that? My face is tired from dealing with everything. That's how you get piss poor product. When you insert when identity politics becomes the main focus, that you lose focus of your actual fucking game. And then Manveer Hare, the lead gameplay director, the one who says stuff like this. Yeah, fucking hates white people. He then starts complaining about it's a toxic, racist, sexist environment in BioWare. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, back to the article. Google has a similar hiring practice that they've been utilising, even going as far as locking down speech, conversations and internal discussions from people who don't align with their corporate policies based on their socio-political ideologies. You're guilty of wrongthink. You're fired. Get the fuck out. Recently came to a head when Google fired engineer James Damore for citing facts about the biological differences between races and sexes and for claiming that Google enacts apartheid on conservative ideals. If you don't know, basically James Damore was a software engineer who worked at Google, past tense, worked at Google, and he released a 10-page manifesto that explained the reasons behind. There was he said, he cited sources. It was a very well written, very polite memo, and he explained the averages, the average women or the average man. That it explains the biological differences between men and women and why there are less women in tech. Because on average, and this is what a lot of the mainstream liberal news outlets were misquote, or they were just completely ignoring the facts and just saying, look at this misogynistic sexist bastard. He was explaining that on average, and obviously there is an overlap, there is an overlay. He says on average, biological differences, women like more creative and social, people-oriented things and jobs, tasks, and men like more, on average, more system-based tasks, algorithms, maths, things like that. He cited a load of sources, and he got fired because it was an internal memo, and it got leaked to the press. They had a big field day, went on a witch hunt, tracked the guy down, and then Google's like, fired. And also, for claiming, he claimed that Google enacts apartheid on conservative ideals. I'm a classical liberal. The press is to blame for this whole divisiveness now. People throw around Nazi and alt-right here and there. You're not right. You're a Nazi. They throw that shit around, and it's just... It loses all fucking meaning. You can't... It's because I'm disagreeing with you, and you call me a fucking alt-right. That's stupid. Blizzard has already been heavily pushing for multiculturalism and social justice viewpoints in their games, especially Overwatch. I've not played Overwatch, so I can't really say. But from what I've seen, it's a very diverse group of characters. I don't think any of the characters are going, watch your man spreading, blasting your way. It's high noon. The company will now further push to integrate these SJW concepts into their employment ecosystem, which likely means it will greatly affect their future products as well. Well, that's the thing. If you make a whole song and dance about identity politics, it puts off the consumer. you're alienating certain people that don't toe your line. But then again, consumers, you have to remember to try and separate the artist, the art from the artist and their political views. Just with that, saying they want to avoid diversity quotas, but they have an initiative to specifically seek out women and minorities. I'm not saying that it's diversity quotas, but it's diversity quotas. Interesting comment here. It's not quotas, it's aggressive replacement and white cleansing. It's just this whole blaming white people. Like, give me a fucking break. I'm looking at you. I'm pointing to you. If you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Mexican, well, that comes in Hispanic. You have your life ahead of you. Work hard. Focus on your future. There's nothing holding you back. There's nothing stopping you. Enough with this fucking white privilege bullshit. Check your white privilege, mate. When you have this, we want to hire more women and minorities, you're breaking them up. You're not treating them as individuals. You're treating them as fucking groups, collectives, demographics. Like I said, hire people based on merit, skill, experience, creativeness. To treat people like an individual human being, not go, oh, you're a woman, we're gonna hire you. Also, there's another thing, like when people see a diverse group of characters or diverse team, and people automatically go, oh, SJW. Like that's another thing. Stop treating everyone who disagrees with me as an SJW. It's almost like the horseshoe, and I tried to be aware of that. Not resorting to calling everything a SJW. It's more complicated than that. When you push identity politics, it's not helpful at all. Really isn't. I mean, what with these managers, these hiring managers, are they going to be checking your genitals and your skin colour? They're going to have like a scale like this. Are you a person of colour? You will never get a 50-50 representation of men and women in any company at all. More women work in medical, as nurses in the caring system. You will never get a 50-50 split. Because guess what? Individuals like and are interested in different things. Wow. Someone made an interesting comment here. Alec J. It's funny, these innovative corps use meritocracy to develop a giant successful company. Then think, well, that worked. Maybe we should throw out that idea and replace it with seeking out hires of lower skilled people with political claims to victimhood. Yeah, it's popular to be a victim. Popular to be a victim now. I don't get it. Why is hire the best available person, the best available people, regardless of physiological traits, such a taboo view these days? It's pure hubris to think you are so monolithic that you can fill your company with underachievers and problem children, but still innovate and excel. It's also just about time that they go to the government for help controlling their competition. Mookie, quoting the President Mike Morhaime, stating women leave the gaming industry at a much higher rate than men, and they want to increase their diversity initiatives to help balance it out. Gee, could it be that these women are finding out that they're gender study majors that has been telling them constantly that they want technical jobs and jobs that mostly men are interested in, and that they should therefore be as well were wrong, and that they are finding out that rather be a part-time working mum or working care? Could it? Nah, that would just be silly and ridiculous, not to mention not progressive. Solution? Let's force it. I mean, there's some comments here about Tracer. Yeah, what was it? They made Tracer a lesbian. I mean, there was the Rule 34 stuff where, you know, people before this canon established that Tracer is a lesbian, you know, the fan art, you know, had Tracer in some sexual poses with Widowmaker. But then when they made, like, I think they made a comic or something, they said, oh, you know, Tracer's a lesbian. Like, all right, okay. I was fine with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Some people kicked up a stink. And there was the whole Tracer butts, the butt pose. Someone went, oh, this butt pose, it's accentuating her butt. All it was what she was looking over her shoulder like that, and then they changed it with a more sort of pin-up girl appearance, you know, just sort of jumping through the air. And again, it accentuates her butt. You can never please these outrage warriors. I think I'll resort to this name now. Outrage warriors. I think they seek to be perpetually offended and to always be outraged at things. I mean, the BBC did this. They did an advert for, and they said, white people need not apply. It was for some, I can't remember what it was. It was hiring for some sort of younger generation programs. The BBC was saying white people need not apply. That's discrimination. Again, what happened with the meritocracy? The best ideas, best and brightest, creative, innovative people with the most experience and talent and skills. But on to, I mean, the BBC even dropped some presenters because you're a fucking white male. I mean, James Damore, that software engineer from Google, someone's made a comment here. James Damore might have gotten his voice heard, but now what he needs is a job. And with the big companies being massively left-leaning, he'd have a hard time getting it with the labels he's got from Google. I kind of see James Damore like a person who got wrongfully accused, and now he needs to shake off the stigma behind it. Most people don't do fact-checking, so they'll believe the mainstream media. Exactly. Always be skeptical of what people tell you. This goes for my channel as well. I always provide, you know, links to articles and things for you to read yourselves. Be skeptical of me, you know. I'm just a guy with an opinion, you know. I might be wrong. People might disagree with certain things I say in my videos. Be skeptical. I've got no problem with, if I'm wrong, call me out, tell me in the comments. If you think I'm wrong on any, you know, particular subject or topic, it helps me grow as a person. If you tell me I'm wrong, we'll have a debate, have a discussion. But yeah, always be skeptical of everything online, you know. Mainstream media, well, they can't be trusted. Same with the YouTubers. Just be skeptical, you know. Don't have people tell you what to think. You know, do your own legwork and find out, you know, do a little fact checking yourselves. I promised myself I was never going to visit Kotaku for gaming news or for anything. Never going to visit their site again. But I was like, do you know what? I'll check on Kotaku. Let's see what their top articles were. And it was bang, this came up. Someone live streamed themselves sexually harassing me. So we're already talking about women in tech and women online by Charlie Hodson. Disclaimer, please don't go after this person. You know, I'm not trying to incite hatred. I'm just merely critiquing this article. Live streaming has opened up a whole world of creativity, unique personalities, and most of all 24/7 video games, meaning that we can now plug ourselves into games at any time, even if we can't play them ourselves. That's a romanticized version anyway. In reality, give humans nice things and watch them do horrible stuff with. Recently, Twitch introduced the IRL category, which collates in real-life streamers, people filming themselves playing board games or making something, or whatever else. A new strain of streaming culture has emerged around this, aimed solely at targeting and harassing women in front of their live audience. I think everyone online receives harassment and is targeted like this.
Why do you guys act like only women face harassment online? You guys constantly feed the trolls. And look, the majority of the people here are the trolls because they like to see you freak out about it. That's exactly what you guys are doing.
I mean, even your language, like freak out about, like no.
See, you're just mocking.
If you talk about one community facing harassment, that's not to say that no other communities face any harassment.
See, you're harassing me right now, but I'm
Can we please review the question asked?
Now look,
Next question, man.
You remember this, yeah? At VidCon? Oh, also, yeah, at VidCon with Boogie.
There's Anita, and she seemed to be very, very upset. And I don't remember exactly what she said. I'm paraphrasing here, but she said in a very upset that I think it was very fucking uncool that you said what you said there at the end, knowing that no one else would have enough time to respond. Videos people make about me. What I do get upset about, and what I do consider to be cyberbullying, is things like death threats, or getting doxxed, or having your information leaked, or getting your stuff hacked and deleted, like happened to me at VidCon last year, or, you know, the time people sent a box of shit to my front door, or even the time where someone legitimately tried to hire an assassin on the Tor network to assassinate me.
He gets harassed. People aren't so, like, I'm sure, yes, there's some fringe dickheads out there that enjoy harassing people. Harassment isn't nice. I'm gonna be quick to call that shit out. Going after someone repeatedly and sending them abusive stuff, messages and things. It's not nice at all. It's a horrible thing. But what's funny about Kotaku with them saying that women being harassed online, then I saw this tweet by Nathan Grayson, who he's a journalist at Kotaku, saying this roundabout near the Charlottesville Unite the Right March. Like, yeah, there's a bunch of Nazis and white supremacists and KKK cunts at that rally. Nathan Grayson, you're not fucking helping. Like, that you are wanting to... you're inciting violence against someone that you disagree with. How about you're not being fucking productive to the dialogue? Like, what you're saying, harass female Nazis if they're online? Because, well, surely that's what you'd be doing, yeah? You'd be harassing women online if they are Nazis or white supremacist women. Pot kettle black. Last week, following a full-on day at work and a torturous journey home through central London, I'm so hard from writing articles and stuff. I was frazzled and stressed, so decided to skip my regular Breath of the Wild stream because I get a free fucking review copy. Instead, I set up an incredibly shoddy stream in my kitchen featuring me trying to complete a 1,000-piece cat puzzle with metal music in the background. It was dumb, but it was also awesome. Okay? And my regular crowd seemed to enjoy the changing pace of relaxing in the IRL category and leaving the bokoblins for another day. Although I've streamed a lot, and this was the first time I have ever streamed in the IRL category, I thought there might be a new viewer and oddballs popping by. But what happened next left me shocked. My channel was raided by a self-proclaimed troll militia with the purpose of bullying my stream, all of which was being live streamed on their Twitch channel with accompanying commentary. Here's how it went down. Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy. Kansas is going bye-bye. As I was puzzling away, a new person popped up in my chat asking me to give a shout out to the hashtag jazzboy. I like to say hello to all new viewers and ask how they are. Anyway, so this viewer had asked so nicely, I said hi to the Jazz Boys and thought nothing of it. Within seconds, more people descended on the chat shouting about #JazzBoys and boasting that they were live streaming my stream on their channels in the pursuit of spreading the love to lower tier IRL streamers. I was like 3 pieces away from finishing a cat I'd been working on for an hour, and I'd had a hard day, so figured the best thing to do was shrug this off for the moment and finish the puzzle. Here's the thing, I knew at once that I was being raided by a troll group because I've had previous experience with this behaviour, as has probably any woman who stream. But knowing that the camera was pointing at my face and being broadcast to numerous channels I couldn't watch, engage with or prepare for, I knew I had to be incredibly careful with every single movement to ensure that they didn't win. They didn't get the reaction they were looking for. Yeah, that's the whole purpose of trolling. When people do that, they're trolling. They're looking for a reaction. Just ignore them. There's features on Twitch, you know, mute, block. She says it was paralysing. Those people can't get to you. I'm coming at you through the screen. And also, the #JazzBoys, these modern day heirs of Oscar Wilde, began their campaign by typing about my general appearance and asking why the heck I was solving a puzzle on Twitch. Well, they probably didn't know much about your channel, and that's probably why they asked. They're like, oh, well, Twitch is supposed to be for gaming. Typing about your appearance. Fairly swiftly, surely everyone gets judged on their appearance. Especially online. Oh, that dude is like so ugly. He's got a double chin and everything. Fairly swiftly, this descended into someone asking me to shove puzzle pieces up my arse. Then they started asking things like why I felt it was appropriate to be a slut on Twitch to get viewers and donations. Like, if someone said, oh, why don't you shove a puzzle piece up your arse? I go, you first. You know, there's loads of comebacks you could come up with. I have an incredibly small viewership compared to the majority of people on Twitch, which the JazzBoys had literally doubled in just 5 minutes, and because of this I like to remind my real viewers that they should never feel pressured to donate. Do I really need to type out the other things they called me? Every woman in this industry has seen it all before. Every opportunity they saw to sexually harass, insult or belittle me and my small community. So she says, so unless you obviously go to Twitch, the channel, and see the video, well, she's not typed any direct quotes apart from the shoving a puzzle piece up her ass. Any proof? Enough of this listen and believe. Trust but verify. If you were sexually harassed online, call the police, press charges, inform Twitch. Every opportunity they saw to sexually harass, insult or belittle me and my small community of regular viewers they took. I tried to shoot everything back with a smirk and some sarcasm, which helped control my anger and confusion. It was exhausting. But I knew that a confident and cool persona is something these idiots can't handle. Exactly, and then they'll get bored and fuck off. Sure enough, the harassment went on for about 30 to 45 minutes before one of them typed, "This chick is boring. Let's find someone else." And they were gone. Don't feed the trolls. Well done. We had a few more of their members appear throughout the rest of the stream, but we all caught on pretty quickly to what they were trying to do. She goes on to say, it wasn't until after the stream I went to find the channel that the ringleader of the JazzBoys had apparently been broadcasting me on. Not only had they streamed my broadcast without permission, but I wanted to see what exactly they were saying about me. Most of it was mindless banter and crappy suggestions about what they should do, what they should say to make me angry or ashamed. I was genuinely shocked to see I got a few laughs from the host and even some compliments that seemed non-sexually revolting. What? So you said something that wasn't sexual, but you still found it revolting? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Because it was a reminder of just how mundane these people who can act so terribly are in every other respect. The real shock came at the end. Once they grew bored of trying to embarrass me for entertainment, they went back into the IRL category to find their next target. I watched the next portion of their stream and was stunned in the most awful way. This was far from my first time facing attempted sexual harassment and bullying in the games industry. I don't say this with any particular pride because the world should be better than this, but I've developed a tough skin. I know women that disagree with you. I know women online, on Twitter, and they disagree with you. Again, VidCon. For their next target, the Jazz Boys chose to bully a disabled streamer. I'm disabled, suffer from chronic back pain, chronic pain in the legs. I can't walk for long. If I have to go out and about, I go in a wheelchair so I can sort of cover long distances. I say, bring it on if you want to try. I've developed a tough skin. Oh, but I'm a privileged white cis male. They did it with such fury that I was shocked to the core. This streamer, who I have left anonymous for obvious reasons, so you're not going to dox the disabled streamer, but you're going to dox Jazz Boys. The streamer was visibly and audibly distressed by the random assault on her channel, and again going with the narrative that it's harassment against women specifically. The death threats, vulgar suggestions and downright repulsive things being thrown into her calm and friendly community were seen plain as day across her face, and she didn't know what to do. I mean, really, these Jazz Boys sound like fucking dickheads. I feel like I can look after myself, but being exposed to the public humiliation of women on the internet in front of a live audience, I was speechless. Again, women, they're perpetual victims. They're being targeted specifically. Boogie gets fucking harassed and threatened. The IRL category of Twitch was being used like its own game by this militia. Again, like the choice of words, militia, an army. She's really creating this aggressive, malicious, as a means to attack and discriminate against women simply existing in the same space. Oh, this sounds pathetic as fuck. You sound like a snowflake. Oh, women! It is unforgivable. It is ghastly. Oh, here. Current year. It is 2017, and it is something Twitch should be absolutely ashamed to enable. Oh, of course, it's Twitch's fault. Because there is literally hundreds and thousands of channels on Twitch. And unless certain Twitch channels are having a human moderator to moderate the chat and comments, but Twitch, as in the entire company, they can't be fucking held accountable for people's shitty behaviour. That's why they've left tools in place. Tools in place for blocking people. And she tweeted about it with a screen cap of her article. TLDR. Women in games are being attacked in front of a live audience because they're women in games. In this situation, the ringleader who was broadcasting was banned overnight. Good. Even though I hadn't hit the report button myself, someone else did then obviously, so it's fine. Luckily I was able to watch back his footage before it was removed, but reporting and taking down that one channel is not going to stop this behaviour. I'm almost glad this happened in a way, because now I'm aware of this culture. Here we go, more of the poor weak little women can't handle being existing in the same space. Seeing women hunted like sport because they have an interest in video games and the culture around them is not something that spawned on Twitch, but a long-time industry curse that reflects wider social problems. Nevertheless, the practical question is simple. How can we stop this? And just like I said, Twitch is a fucking huge company. Sure, Twitch banned the bully, but he'll be back with a different channel. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if he was attacking some other innocent streamer as you read this. I appreciate Twitch can't police every single stream happening simultaneously. They can't be expected to be in the right place and the right time to stop every instance of harassment. It may also be an idea to stop channels from broadcasting other channels, which is against Twitch's terms of service anyway. I didn't know this. I'm not on Twitch. Whether you're commentating or bullying, streaming someone else's hard work is bullshit and shouldn't exist. She says whether you're commentating commentating someone's stream. Alright, what if you're making certain what if you're saying certain things and you want to maybe not stream that video on Twitch, or maybe you just want to take that footage and you want to refute or rebut someone's points that they're making on their Twitch channel on a specific stream, and they're talking about, I don't know, social issues or anything like that, and someone wants to rebut and refute those claims that that person's making. So you're saying that it shouldn't exist. Someone shouldn't be able to commentate on your video, on your hard work. The hate women get online for being involved in games is vile. She keeps repeating this same line. And anyone you know may be drowning in an ocean of abuse, or dwelling on that one time someone said something so offensive about their gender they can't forget it. We cannot allow scum like the Jazz Boys to dictate the way women interact with video games or sites like Twitch. The more that you are mentioning #JazzBoys in your article, you're actually moving more traffic to their channel. You're giving them more audience, more clicks. Like what they say with the news when, like, say, a shooting happens. They go, we're not going to talk about the shooter because that's what he wants. He wants the attention, he or she, sorry, not to assume a shooter's gender. Support women as they join an industry that welcomes them with open arms, but does nothing to shield them from what's through the door. Defend women when they share something they've created, and the haters bring the focus back to their gender. You keep bringing things back to the gender. You're making this a gendered issue, that it's harassment against women. People face harassment online. All people. Protect and help women when they cower away from the things they love the most, because some fucked in the head boys think it's fine to live stream sexual harassment for laughs. Support women in this industry and kick against the pricks. There's a lot of gendered insults in this article. I'm not the first victim of these attacks, and I won't be the last, but you can be damn sure I won't be silent about it. It's all very well for Twitch to talk about behaviour it won't tolerate, but the simple problem is that those words are meaningless when your product is enabling it. Get ready for this. Get ready for this. Because she goes there. Oh, she goes there. Get on the right side of history and shut these wankers down. Oh, there's an update to the article. His channel has now been reinstated, with my bullying broadcast sitting proudly on his profile page. I have contacted Twitch support for advice, but this message has been left unanswered for a week now. Oh, they're going to start shaming. They're going to start writing articles about Twitch now, going, it's been week 2 now. Why haven't you replied? It's week 3 now, because they know that. Oh, has Twitch reviewed? If they've reinstated his channel, have they reviewed his? Here's the thing: have they reviewed his videos? Did they review that video, and they think he didn't say anything bad? Like the Jazz Boys, they didn't say anything bad. What she perceived as sexual harassment, he probably said something completely mild. And like I said, there's no proof. She's not provided any. She's made like an anecdote. There's no actual screen caps. Trust but verify. Not this listen and believe crap. That's my takeaway from the article. Yeah, you #JazzBoys. If you are harassing and bullying people, that's not on. That is scummy. It's scummy as fuck. And I completely condemn that behaviour. It's bullshit. It's really stupid. Like, you're on Twitch, like, do something fucking creative. Like, create something, man. Be creative. Don't resort to fucking bullying people and their other channels. But yeah, with her saying, Twitch support, they're not going to message back because they know that if they say something that you don't agree with in their statement, that you're going to then continue writing hit piece articles, because that's what you do, Kotaku. You're very good at that, at writing hit pieces. They don't want to respond because you'll write hit pieces about them saying, look, they are enabling harassment and sexual harassment and abuse against women online, in video games, in the industry and stuff and things. Yeah. I wanted to break this up into 2 videos, with the last topic I spoke about and then this But I felt it fit together. So, in closing, Blizzard's diversity initiative? Come on. Meritocracy. Talent, experience, skills, creativity. What do you bring to the table? Enough of this forced diversity quota shit. That's not going to make your company grow. That's not going to make your creativity grow. Just hire people that have interesting, brilliant, unique ideas and innovative ideas to bring to the table. Like I said with the Google memo, you're never going to get a 50-50 split representation. You never will. It's a stupid thing to strive for. And Kotaku, it's an anecdote, and you've left no. This is just an anecdote. You've not any screen. There's no screen cap, unless obviously there's the video is up and it can be seen, and people have to people decide for themselves. And also, don't bully Twitch support into a statement. It's been left unanswered for a week now. It's been 2 weeks. It's been 3 weeks. It's been a month. It's been 3 months. It's been 12 months. Meanwhile,
at the Legion of Doom. Not now! Okay.
Kotaku, who I can't stand the fucking site, go in the way of Gawker, aren't you? So Charlie, stop with the fucking identity politics, this whole, women shouldn't face... Yeah, in an ideal world, people shouldn't face harassment. But people are shitty. They like to be shitty to other people. They enjoy getting a reaction out of people. Don't feed the troll. I know you probably agree with Anita Sarkeesian with the... It's not just being told the fact that you're a liar, it's the day-to-day grind of being told you're a liar, you suck. Ugh, the harassment. I can't believe she went there with the get on the right side of history and shut these wankers down. It's just such a fucking cringy SJW buzzword. Here's my closer to my article. Oh, guys, tell me what you think. Leave a comment down. All the like and subscribe stuff. You guys know what to do. I'll catch you in the next video. See you later.